Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. The important news and editorial that would be relevant for the preparation of civil services examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 6th of May. The first important news, that is IIT-Madras launches wellness survey. This is something very important in context that a lot of suicide cases were reported from several IITs, including the IIT-Madras. Second, that is center widen Aadhaar ambit to verify customers. We'll see the detail how the non-bank entity has also been given right to verify the Aadhaar details of the individual customers. The third, that is China's update on the border situation. The ongoing SCO minister level meeting has some details regarding India and China bilateral relationship. Second last, that is project to enhance the operational efficiency of Indian Army. Government is looking forward to enhance the overall capabilities of the Indian Army. And the last is an editorial switching India's smart electricity future. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further ado, let's get started. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this content and the complete information helpful for examination purposes, do press a like button. And if you're preparing for Prelims 2023, that is scheduled for 28th of May, we at Apti Plus providing you free mock test for Prelims, that is 2023. Both the paper, that is for the general studies, and other for CSAT will be there. The test is scheduled at 14th of May. To participate, you have to register yourself, and I've provided a dedicated link in the description section from where you can directly register and take out the benefit of it. This test series, which is brought to you by Apti Plus, Eastern India's best IAS institute, and will be conducting both online and offline. So this is an opportunity which you definitely should not miss if you're an aspirant of civil services examination. Now the first news, that is IIT Madras launches wellness survey, something important for general studies paper 2, that is issues related to development and management of education and human resources. So recently, the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IIT Madras, they have launched a comprehensive wellness survey, और इस सर्वे के थ्रू response of growing mental health concern को लेकर के एक सेंटर बनाई गई है जहाँ पे comprehensively जो suicide की cases हैं, how what are the main rationale, what are the reason why such incident is taking place, everything will be taken into consideration. And something very important, the survey will encapsulate the part of all psychological aspect that is essentially required. Now, after witnessing 4 student suicide, which we have come across in IIT Madras, ये तो सिर्फ IIT Madras की बात है, और भी कई ऐसे IITs है और दूसरे institutions हैं, institution of national importance में भी suicide के cases report किए गए, right? So this survey program will not only survey the student, it will also include staffs, faculty members, and where more than 30 counselors that will be deployed for this particular initiative, right? Now the survey will be done under the National Health Mission, which is a Government of India scheme. So the survey is conducted under the aegis of National Health Mission, something important and directly relevant for your prelims examination. And the Tamil Nadu government, where one-on-one conversation where with qualified expert will be there, and NHM will be conducting the entire part. The survey will reach out all the students, staff, and faculty members. So there will be a part of umbrella survey that will take place from the entire faculty members, staff, and students. That is, the 30 counselors will be the part of this initiative, which will have one-on-one conversation with a wellness specialist assigned to the National Health Mission. Now, this particular initiative is named as Kaushal Program. IIM के जो directors हैं, that is IIT Madras directors, has launched the wellness survey, which is a Kaushal program. And for happiness is a collective responsibility. This is what he has quoted. Now, the Kaushal program aimed to foster the close associations between the individual student, faculty members, creating support network for students who may be struggling academically or emotionally. Now, the institute has also launched Be Happy websites to provide resources and support guidance for mental health and well-being. तो Be Happy एक वेबसाइट भी IIT मद्रास ने लॉन्च किया. This is the page of the home page of the website Be Happy. If you want to know more, you can directly log on to the website and get further details about the Be Happy websites. Now, moving to the other news, Center widen Aadhaar ambit to verify customers, something important for General Studies paper 2. That is the government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from a design and implementations. So, with the list of non-banking reporting entities, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने रिसेंटली 22 ऐसे एंटिटीज हैं जिनको अलाउ किया है टू वेरीफाई द आधार, राइट, and these customer who will be availing the benefit of lending and the part of the borrowing will be someone who will be taken into consideration. और ये सारी चीज मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग लॉस के विद इन की जाएगी because we cannot take a part of risk where these things are also involved. A list of non-banking reporting entities include Amazon Pay. I think most of you must be aware of this. Aditya Birla Housing Finance and IIFL Finance Limited. Ministry of Electronics and IT ने recently कुछ changes किए हैं जहाँ पे आधार authentications, numbers and services के बारे में बात की जाए. They are using the part of identifications beyond the ministry and department. Now, compliance norm is mandatory for all the entities that will be the part of it. So, Ministry of Finance ने complete notification release किया है for the non-banking entity, and these banking companies shall complies with the standard and the privacy and security under the Aadhaar Targeted Delivery Finance and Other Subsidies Benefit Services Act 2016. So, all entity will have to mandatory follow the rules and regulation adhering this law. और सेक्शन 11A की बात करें, दैट कॉल फॉर द प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट प्रोवाइड फॉर द वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ आइडेंटिफिकेशन बाय द रिपोर्टिंग एंटिटीज. तो जो PMLA की जो एक्ट है सेक्शन 11 के अंदर ये मेंशन की गई है कि एवरी वेरिफिकेशन इज समथिंग विच इज मैंडेटरी. एंड द अमेंडमेंट ऑफ द लॉ इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द चेंजेस दैट हैज बीन ब्रॉट इन द मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग टू प्लग द लूप होल्स. और इंडिया की जो प्रपोज्ड असेसमेंट है खास करके फाइनेंशियल एसेट टास्क फोर्स ने भी इस चीज के कंसर्न रेज की बिकॉज FATF इज अ ग्लोबल मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एंड टेररिस्ट फाइनेंस वॉचडॉग. Now, terms and conditions की अगर बात करें, there are specific terms and condition. The first and the foremost is eKYC. What is this eKYC? eKYC is electronic know your customers that will be carried out via Aadhaar based OTP. So like even if you file ITR, अगर आपने income tax return file किया, or even if you are downloading Aadhaar, there is an OTP one-time password that is provided to you to your linked mobile card. So the same will follow in the case of this. And the KYC has to be renewed every year, and the aggregated amount of term of sanctions shall not exceed 60,000 in a year. This is what the limitation has been brought in. Now, there's an Aadhaar authentication for good governance, definitely leveraging the part and giving other powers and rights to the entity will call for good governance also. So according to the amendment that was proposed in the Aadhaar authentication for good governance social welfare innovation rules 2020, ये rules government ने amend की थी 2020 में, where IT ministry in April with the private entity state government would be allowed to conduct the Aadhaar based authentication. So in light of that further development is taking place. और उसके बैकग्राउंड में अगर बात करें 2019 में गवर्नमेंट ने अमेंड किया था आधार टारगेटेड डिलीवरी ऑफ financial services subsidies and Act 2016, under which it has allowed banking and telecom companies to carry out the authentication of KYC requirement. जो KYC know your customers के requirement है उसको पूरे. So government is not only bounding the banking sectors or the commercial bank, which is the scheduled commercial bank, the non-banking entity will also have a right, but subject to adhering to the rules and regulation of Government of India. Now, moving to the other news, project to enhance the operational efficiency of Indian Army. something important for Gender Studies Paper 3, that is various security forces, agencies, and their mandate. So Indian Army will soon have a real-time common operating picture, and definitely if it's a part of the various initiative that is taken by the government of India, where various sensors and input infused into the comprehensive images of quicker decision making was take place, और कमांडर लेवल की टॉक हुई थी जहाँ पे ये सारी चीज़ों को इम्प्लीमेंट करने की भी बात की गई है. And definitely this is a part where Indian Army will be enhancing its overall capabilities. The implementations of the automation project is a part of series of initiative that was rolled by the Indian Army. Now there's a specific project. The name of the project is Project Sanjay. That is a process that's being deployed for extensive validations that will be carried out in the desert, plains, and mountain. Right. So these are the priority areas upon which the implementation will take place. Now there's a battlefield surveillance system, which is also known as BSS, or under this project Sanjay, the process of the deployment will take place. Extensive validations की जाएगी, चाहे वो plains हो, deserts हो या mountain हो, and it aims to have a surveillance center at the old field formations even as December 2025. It will integrate the part of sensor जहाँ पे enable की जाएगी surveillance pictures को commander level के या फिर staffs हो. Every part of the level will be encapsulated in this, and being completing the sensor shooter grid that is integrated with the artillery compact command and control system, which is also known as ACCCS. Now this system will integrate the data movement और जो India की adversities है when it come to the cross-border regulations, maintaining of terrorism, and even the part of controlling the terrorism, including sensors, satellite, UAV, ये सारी चीज़ों को deploy की जाएगी. Even the vehicles and petrol will be put in place to strengthen the part and even enhance the surveillance by the Indian Army. Significance क्या है इस तरह की मूव की? First, it will call for the operational efficacy or increasing the part of operational efficacy for Indian Army, right? And enhance the battlefield awareness for the commander on the ground. Medical services की enhancement की जाएगी. Other administrative functions will be improved. Provide the functional efficacy for human management, logistic, and inventory management. Now, moving to the other news, China update on the border situation, something important for General Studies Paper 2 precisely. This is relevant for Paper 2. That is bilateral regional grouping and agreement involving India, affecting India's interest. So, as we know, and we have made a discussion that SCO meeting is ongoing, और इस मीटिंग्स के थ्रू बहुत सारी चीज़ें क्लियर हुई है. हर एक कंट्रीज़ ने, whether it is Pakistan or whether it is China, they have made their stand clear, stating about their stand on terrorism. So during the ongoing Shanghai Cooperation meeting, Chinese Foreign Minister in a statement has said that the situation on China's Indian border is generally stable, right? So they are looking into the part and said that yes, the situation between India and China border is stable. This is what the foreign minister of China has categorically noted. And he noted that both sides should look into the part where the continue to implement the important consensus should be made, consolidate the achievement that has to be made, strict abide by the relevance agreement protocol, promote further cooling and easing of the border situation, maintain sustainable, peaceful and tranquility across the border areas. Now, India की क्या stand है सारी चीज़ों को लेकर के? Definitely not from the SCO point of view, और SCO के start होने के बाद नहीं, इंडिया ने starting से ही अपनी stand clear रखी है that without now the withdrawal of the forces in the east, that is line of actual control in the eastern Ladakh region, India will not proceed with any of the bilateral agreement. So the External Affairs Minister has detailed discussion with the State Councillor and the Foreign Minister of China, and they said focusing on resolving the outstanding issues will ensure the peace and tranquility in the border region. उसके साथ साथ इंडिया के जो ऑफिसर्स हैं उन्होंने reiterate किया that अगर एक normal situation चाहिए वहाँ पे तो disengagement is an important aspect which India has been pushing for long time, specifically in the area of Deepsang and Demchok. Now, China has dragged its feet into the slow-moving disengagement talk that have continued for past 3 years. Still, India is not optimist on the part of the resolution that is coming out of China. कुछ lessons learn करने की जरूरत है history से, where India saw that the history approach and bilateral relationship should be taken into consideration, mean that 10,000 of the troops remain forwarded in the area of LAC. LAC में अभी भी deployment की गई है. Then why this deployment or the drawback is not taking place, right? So वहाँ पे disengagement की ज़रूरत काफ़ी ज़्यादा है. And India has also called for the reductions of the troop and de-escalations since 2020, where the status quo as should be maintained, but China has actually rejected it. So we cannot rely on the part of this meeting. The action of China is more important. And even, however, they have maintained that that is only possible जब line of actual control में withdrawal होगी forces की, disengagement के process को speed up किया जाएगा, then only India can restore its border and can trust country like China. Now, moving to the editorial of the day, switching on India's smart electricity future, something important for General Studies Paper 3, that is Conservation, Environmental Pollutions, Degradation and EIA. Also important for General Studies Paper 2, where government policies and intervention are mentioned in your syllabus. Now, what are the issues under this editorial? First, talking about the theme and the focus of this editorial is about the smart electric. The background will be discussed, reaping part of the technology benefits, roadmap to achieve the targets, and the way forward. Now, बात करें इंडिया की, India is witnessing the smart future and it's unfolding the part of electricity sector. Definitely, this sector has boomed, and to a larger extent, the sector called for a lot more innovations, where the part of the sector where discoms की अगर बात करें या state electricity, they are moving ahead on the part of technology, using it, incorporating it to the state government also. More than 5.5 million smart meters have been installed in India, and over 100 million are sanctions. A target to replace 250 million conventional electric meters or prepaid meters will be there by 2025 and 26. India is supporting this initiative through result that is linked with the grant financing to the power discom companies. Discoms को भी government ने help करने की बात की है. Government is providing incentive so that they can also work out at the ground and becoming sound and efficient to deliver the better services. However, there is also on the ground challenge. Now, reaping the technology benefit, किस तरह से technology ने actual benefit क्या है, what are the possible prospect of it? So there was a study which was conducted by the Council on Energy, Environment and Water. The author is a fellow and senior lead at CEEW. And she said that smart meter users have already begun their experience some use of the technology benefits. बहुत लोगों को इससे benefit हुई है, and they have actually pitched for it and even asked the people to use the smart meters. The study covered about 2,700 urban households and used the prepaid smart meters across 6 states. This is at the initial trial that have been conducted. And half of the user reported important billing regularity and 2/3 of the paying bill becoming easy, right? Around 40% of the users has been eluded with the multiple co-benefits. और अगर बात करें greater sensors की, electricity expenses tracking the part of their uses, something has become important और electricity theft के जो cases हैं वो भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा कम हुए. Now, some roadmap to achieve this target, how this will be improved. The first is that the Ministry of Power should drive a national-wide campaign जहाँ पे कंज्यूमर को एजुकेट करने की ज़रूरत है, स्मार्ट मीटर्स के जो बेनिफिट्स है वो बताने की ज़रूरत है, एंड टू इम्प्रूव द अपटेक ऑफ द स्मार्ट मीटर्स ऐप. The app should be accessible to users from the diverse socio-background and should provide the actionable tips and information. और user-friendly app की भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. This will improve the path of the user certifications and even बात करें ability की, this can decipher the part of the perceived technology benefit and ultimately it will help the consumer and the end user to avail the benefit out of it. Second is that discom must co-own the program, that is taking the driving seat. So discoms को आगे आने की ज़रूरत है और they have to lead it. Majority of the smart meters in India are being deployed by the advanced metering infrastructure services provider responsible for the installation of AMIs and the project for the lifeline of 10 years. The third is the discom system integrators or जो technology providers है, they need to collaborate to have a diverse innovation, scale up and solutions. Effective use of smart meters is a fundamental to unlock the true value of the positions. और इसके साथ साथ जो ecosystem है वो create करने की ज़रूरत है ताकि innovation, analytics, data hosting, sharing problems and enable the key factors in collaborative test and scale on the new solutions to take place. And last but not the least, that the policymakers and the regulators must strengthen the regulations to empower the consumer. Currently, अगर बात करें important provisions की, that is concerning out the phase out of the paper bill, which is mandatorily not required. अगर ऐप में आपको बिल मिलेगी, you will not require the paperwork, so that the complete part of paper making industry will also be, cutting of the trees will be reduced. Ultimately, environment friendly होंगी. The reincorporation within the state framework will be crucial for the positive technology experience for the end users. And regulator must enable the simplifications and innovations to tariff design, retail marketed new business. और ये मॉडल जो है बहुत सारे चीज़ों को इनकॉर्पोरेट करेगी like producers, consumer and the store users. Now to conclude the part of this editorial, definitely the progressive state has been made by the government of India और Ministry of Power ने propose किया है amendment to electricity rule to enable the variable time tariffs to all smart meters across the country. And India is at the unique journey of meeting the growing electricity demand while decarbonizing the generation sources. And the users-centered design deployment philosophy is also crucial for the success of India's smart metering initiative. So people need to be mentally prepared. First and foremost, they need to be aware. They should also be communicated about the benefits that are there from the smart meters and ultimately the sustainability of the environment that is coming out from the smart meters. So these all communication has to be made at the ground, and the practicality can only be possible once the people at the ground is using it and it is reaching out to the most of the country. So this was on the part of the editorial. Moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday's questions. For first question, the correct option is C. For second question, the correct option is B. Now the first question is about the central bank digital currency. Digital currency is issued by central bank or the sovereign nation, and they can damage or lost any physical form. So check out for the correct option. Second is about the Mission Shakti scheme. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is implementing this scheme, and this aim to install and support women and integrate the care. Which among the following is correct? You have to choose for the correct one. Practicing a lot more question will definitely give you an added advantage for the upcoming prelims examination. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis, followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.